welcome back to another week and another episode of Hawk Talk alongside Knighthawks General Manager Dan Carey. I'm Susie Cole. Dan, the second longest game in NLL history this past Saturday night. The guys are getting gassed. Both goaltenders are doing stellar in between the pipes. Where is your mind going during this overtime effort?
I felt like I was playing. It was exhausting watching. You could tell that both teams were leaving it all out there, and I think it goes to show, the type of athletes that we have in the National Lacrosse League and on both teams. But it definitely was entertaining to watch. But you could tell that the guys were running out of steam. But you're kind of going off of adrenaline at that point, and it was, to our fans and anybody else watching, it was a very entertaining game.
Someone who didn't run out of gas, defenseman Brad Gillies. 3 goals on the night, his second pro hat trick. Where'd you see things really open up for him offensively?
I think it starts on our back end. He does such a great job. He has a motor. Like, the guy works out and trains really hard, and you can tell. And you saw that at the end of a full overtime period. So he was a guy that you could see that had a lot of energy still. There's a couple guys that stood out, and he was definitely one of them. So it was great to see the ball in his stick when Matt Bennett made a nice play and turned the ball over, and to see Brad running, you could tell he had a lot of gas left. So great to see, and he's a guy with a lot of skill offensively and can shoot the ball. So great that he capitalized on that one.
Looking ahead to this weekend, taking on the Toronto Rock, who are currently on a 7-game win streak. Where are they looking the most fluid right now?
I would say all over the place. Like, they're a complete team. Their goaltender is having a career year, and that says a lot. He's been great for a long time. They have a very well-rounded team. I think they're one of, if not the most complete team in our league. So we've got our hands full, and we were lucky enough to beat them here at home. It's going to be a different test for us. Their team has now played a lot of games together, and they had some new faces early on, and I think they were probably trying to get used to each other. So we're gonna be in tough this weekend. It's gonna be a very big challenge for us.
You mentioned goaltender Nick Rose right there. What is the key to getting past him?
I think being consistent in our shots and making sure that we hit our spots. If you're off a little bit, he's so big and takes up a lot of the net that plays his angles very well, that you're just not going to have success. So I think we have to, just kind of spread the wealth on the offense and make sure that everybody's getting their looks and their opportunities. And that being said, we have a great goalie that's having a stellar year on our side as well. So like you mentioned earlier, the goalies that we just saw go back and forth with Orleman and Hartley this past weekend, hopefully we can kind of see the same this weekend.
Dan, good luck this weekend. Again, the Knighthawks are on the road this weekend against the Toronto Rock on Saturday. So that was another episode, another week of Hawk Talk. We'll see you next week.